So today we have a 6'10" unbeaten K1 guy coming in who's I think 14 or 15-0 with like 12 or 13 stoppages, an Australian guy. So I'm going to do some rounds with him, and I'm also going to do rounds with a Danish wrestling champion a little bit, and they're going to be like alternating, so I'll stay in. They will be waiting outside the cage fresh for me. I'll be exhausted, they'll be jumping in and out, and then we'll be doing like some drills and stuff like that, just like probably light drills to finish off, and maybe a little bit of abs to finish off, something like that. And yeah, strength and conditioning tonight, so I'm on 2 a days at the moment. What do you reckon, James? This is the tired version. Volkov, he is by far my toughest fight to date. I think that's pretty obvious from the guys who have fought and stuff. But he brings a lot of stuff to the table. You know, he does everything very well. He has had more than 50 pro fights, I think, something like that. Former Bellator champion, been top 10 in the UFC for like 5-6 years. 6'8". Just, he brings all kinds of challenges that I've not experienced before. So, very excited to get in and test myself against him.
I'm not sure many people know this, but you're part Polish, right? How important is your Polish heritage to you?
It's I've just got the Polish power, man. That's all. Just not everybody carries it. Look at my fights, the Polish power. I've got all kinds of powers though. I've got the Allerton bombs in the hands. So yeah, dangerous, man.
When we look back at certain fights, we can say that was a brawl, that was a chess match, or that was a technical war. Before you finish your career, what styles of fights would you like to tick off?
I don't know. That's a pretty good question. I think I just want to be the most technical. My goal is like to be just head and shoulders above the other heavyweight skill wise. Like, I don't want to be in there. Obviously sometimes you get in there and you have no choice but to have a war with someone, but for me personally, that's my last resort, is to have like a war of attrition with someone. It's more, I just want to school, sort of like I want people to watch me and go, wow, how did he get that good? Well, that's what I want people to say every time. Not like I feel like a lot of people in MMA, like, they lead with the toughness and with the physicality and stuff like that. But I want that to be like a last resort for me, because I feel like people who do that, like, they have short careers and you get so many problems like on the body and on the brain and stuff like that. Like, I just want to be hit as little as possible and use my skill. Like, I spend so much time in the gym working on my skill. Like, I want to go in my fights and use it and show like how good I am and how good my coaches are and how much I learn in the gym. I don't want to go in there and just have a brawl with someone if I can help it. Nobody really knows what I can do. Like, I've shown like this much of what I can do, and I can do so much more. Do you know what I mean? There's so much more stuff. Like, a lot of people think, oh yeah, he's not got good wrestling, or he's not good off his back, he's not got good cardio, or he's not a good kicker and stuff like this. But these are just stuff that they've not seen. It's not that I can't do it, it's just that they've not seen it. I've not had the opportunity to show it yet. That's why, like, if you watched a couple of weeks ago, like, there was Ngannou and Ngannou when they fought, and Ngannou used his wrestling, and people was like, oh, he's got wrestling now, and it's like, he probably had wrestling before, he's just not had the opportunity to show it yet. So there's so many stuff that I've just not had the opportunity to show yet. So
well, I guess like that's what I mean as well, isn't it? Like, if you have a 5-round war or technical battle, you're gonna have the opportunity to show everybody what you've got in your arsenal, as opposed to just finishing it in 30 seconds and then being in the same position.
If I can finish it in 30 seconds, I will finish it in 30 seconds. Like, there's no two ways about it. And I've got a lot of years to show what I can do and what skill set I've got. Ideally, I don't want to show everything right now. I want to show it in the next, when I need to. So if I can finish, mate, if I can finish Volkov in 30 seconds, I will do. But if I do have to go 5 rounds and beat him that way, like obviously I'll do that as well. Tuesday. Yeah, I'm just gonna go like Tuesday till Sunday.
Yeah.
Just spar like every day, I think.
Yeah.
I'll just do spar or just get used to the style like every day. The guys there are fucking really good. So I sparred like I've known them for a while and stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But I've not been over there, so it'd be good just like mixing up because I've been like for fucking 5 weeks.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, I mean, and for kickbox, like for that style, there's no one better, is there?
no,
Like, so
absolutely not.
orthodox as well, like.
It's really good because I've been getting like really good sparring here as well. Wrestling as well, like the GB team come on a Friday. Got the Iranian guys in and stuff.
Yeah.
But just good to mix it up, innit?
Yeah.
Get out your comfort zone a little bit, do something else.
Yeah,
I like that shit.
Yeah, for a fight, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Like, go
definitely.
somewhere else,
Because you get that like little bit of nerves as well going into somewhere you don't know anybody and stuff. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I love doing that anyway. I get like a bit bored, like stuck in one gym for like. Well, this has been a long training camp. It's been like by the time I finish it, like 9-10 weeks. So you've got to mix it up. To be fair, I've been going to other places sparring and stuff as well. So mix it up.
Yeah.
There's a guy who comes. He's been coming. He's a good spar for you,
Yeah.
The Thai boxing guy.
Yeah, I've seen you.
He's like 6'6".
Yeah.
It's just fucking really good, man. He's
Yeah.
got really good style.
Yeah.
I really like Thai boxing.
Yeah.
Thai boxing. But it'd be good to
Yeah, no. Good kicks and
Perfect.
stuff.
Yeah, really. Right, fucking what do I did to me leg?
Oh, yeah, fucking.
It's out of the back of my leg.
Yeah.
We just like some weird stuff that I'm not used to, like you like catch the leg,
And chopping.
throw it to the side, and then fucking kick you in the back of the leg. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, not used to that.
When it's not conditioned there. As
No,
well.
it's not.
Yeah.
Because usually, like, especially with MMA, it's all like front on. Well, not all, but like he does loads of stuff when you kick. Like he'll make the angle and like step round the back
Yeah, okay.
and do like fucking kick you in the back.
Yeah, they love doing that.
Ow.
Yeah. Around the spine. Around the kidneys.
He can body kick you right in the spine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good, man. He's really good.
Yeah.
He's going to get into MMA, he says.
Yeah,
So
okay.
he came up yesterday for like a grappling and wrestling class, and he was actually pretty good. Like
Yeah.
I think he's done a bit before. Like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I guess like all that clinch work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were doing a bit of clinch. I've never done like Thai. I've done it a little bit like Thai, but not with like pure. And it's very similar to like grappling. Really. It's really similar.
No, nice.
How are your rounds today, Tom?
How did it look?
Good.
Oh, they felt alright. Felt good today.
No, sharp as always, yeah.
It's always difficult when you've got like different bodies coming in with different styles, and they're like semi-fresh and you're not. Like it's tough. It takes me a couple of minutes, especially when you're tired as well, to like find your range on a different guy. And then by the time you find your range, the round's over. They leave and then someone else comes in, and it's like, oh man. And you're tired as well.
It's
But it's good.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I need.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it's creating that like those environments that like when it comes to the fight, like hopefully it feels easier, isn't it? Like
I fucking hope so.
yeah. That's
No,
it, isn't it?
that's the idea, innit? Is you make it like as hard as you can in the gym, and then the fight feels easy. But gotta be ready for anything. Man. That's why you've always got a couple of wrestlers in. And although Volkov's not like really known for his wrestling, you can still wrestle.
Yeah.
You can still try and take me down at any point. So you need to be ready for everything. And that's why I'm not just training with just strikers, just tall strikers. Obviously, I've got tall strikers in.
Yeah.
But that's why I got like wrestlers and grapplers in as well, because you never know, you might fucking forget everything that he's done in his other fights and run across the cage and take me down straight away. So got to be ready for anything.
And it's just fucking like keeping it like growing for the next fights.
That's
as well,
exactly,
isn't it? Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're not just training for one fight, you're training to like for the next 10 years, aren't you?
Yeah, the long term view.
That's the one. That's the one. I think that's what a lot of people forget is like when this fight's over, you got to fight someone else with a completely different style anyway. So in like 3 months, 5 months, 4 whatever, this year. So this time I could be fighting. Well, I'm fighting Volkov. Obviously, it's like 6'8", predominantly striker. Next time I could be fighting a 6-foot wrestler.
Yeah.
Who's just going to be running and take down. So, like I said, Volkov can do that anyway. So you got to be ready for anything.
Everyone's dangerous in and well-rounded at that top, aren't they? Like they got different little tricks up their sleeves.
What do you make to Volkov's overall wrestling and grappling?
Volkov's really good at wrestling and grappling. I think he's very underrated as a wrestler and grappler. Like if you watch his fight with, mate, his takedown defense is like really high level, especially because of his height as well and his size. Like he does a lot of stuff that smaller guys wouldn't usually do. Like he drapes his whole body over you when you're going for a double on the cage. So looks exhausting trying to take him down. Like you have to have timing like perfect to get him down. So I think he's very underrated, his grappler. He's out grappled loads of high level grapplers. You watch his fight with like Verdum and stuff. He was out grappling him, and he's one of the best grapplers in heavyweight MMA. So he's good, man. He's good everywhere. And everyone in the top 10 is like good everywhere. There's no one you can really say, oh, this guy's weak in this area, whatever. Like, they're all good, so you've got to be ready for literally everything. When you think about transitioning,
I think this year, like, it's just whether I go like an amateur fight first.
Oh, mate, you probably kill somebody.
That's right.
No, I think you got to get used to it, don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe one or two.
Yeah. But that's what I think the problem might be is like trying to. But unless like I go against like an amateur high level grappler, then they'll just think, oh, I'll just take him down, and then you know what I mean.
Everyone's going to try and take you down, aren't they?
Yeah.
Especially with your size as well.
If I go against a striker that doesn't, you know what I mean, like, yeah, we'll see. But I think this year, like, I'll just get stuck in, and like I've been doing a bit of the grappling training, so it's like, but it's just, yeah.
You're enjoying it.
Yeah, and just learning still, isn't it?
That's the one.
Just keep getting the K1 fights in, and then transition
Keep
over.
grappling on the side, keep it a secret, and then
Yeah.
submit some flying armbars.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know.
Oh, do you know what? I think good kickers like you got to get like really good off your back, so you can kick someone with confidence.
Yeah.
Like a lot of kickers, they just practice like takedown defense, which is, mate, obviously you need the takedown defense because you don't want to get taken down. But if you practice like submissions off your back, or like really good at getting up, but especially submissions, like if you're going to kick someone, they catch the kick, take you down, and you try for a submission. Even if you don't get it, like next time they won't want to catch the kick and take you down.
Off a bit, won't
You know
it?
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I think he does that, like Cowboy Cerrone used to do that really well. Like he used to throw body kicks and shit, and then people used to catch the leg and used to armbar him or triangle off his back. Like I say, even if he don't finish it, like just throwing like your legs up and nearly finishing it, or just threatening with it. And then when they get back up, people are like, I'm not catching his kick again. Fuck that, he'll submit me next time.
Yeah. The last thing you want to do is get submitted by a striker.
Yeah. Definitely not. Flying triangle someone.
It's like striking, isn't it? It's like it's like making them, like showing them a door, but then showing them there's something scary behind it, so you don't want to go through it, and then yeah.
What's it been like for you training with Tom?
Yeah, it's good. Like I love sparring with people that like force me to level up. So, and I mean, as a heavyweight, like you don't come across many heavyweights that are quick, but are also technical, and you know have the power as well. So it's a completely different challenge, but that's why I like getting the rounds in. And yeah, I think it's you know most heavyweights like they've got the power obviously, but it's just like it's setting the traps and the technique as well, which is the different element to it. So I think it's that evolution of the heavyweight game that we're seeing now. So no, it's been really good for me. I'm learning heaps. It's good to get straight back in here after a fight and get humbled again. So that's always good. But yeah, I think, well, for me personally, I think because I rely on my range so much, and normally people can't get in there. But I think Tom's doing a heaps good job of just crowding my kicks up. So for me, it's like I've got to really work on my counters and my hand counters. So it's just like if you're sparring people that you're always getting the best of, or you figured out, then you're not really getting shown where your weaknesses are. But as soon as you spar someone that can shine a light on those weaknesses, you can just go straight back into the gym and work on them. So I'm always thinking afterwards, like, what can I improve next on it? But Tom just keeps on shining that light on the weaknesses. So yeah.
Now that you're a bit of a superstar, Tom, have you had any bad interactions with fans, or has there been any situations where you've left feeling like I could have handled that a little bit better?
Yeah, unfortunately. It's still, obviously, I've only been fighting in the UFC now for like less than 2 years. So it's all pretty new to me. Like I'm still like trying to get used to it and stuff. And some places I go, like no one will recognise me. Other places I go, and loads of people will recognise me. So it's still like I can't really predict where some people. If I'm going to an MMA show, most people are going to recognise me, so I'm prepared for it. If I'm going to Tesco with the kids, I don't know who's going to recognise me and who's not. So yeah, I've had a couple of weird ones, to be honest.
Any that you can share?
Yeah, I've had one that I probably shouldn't share, but I had one in particular that I can definitely share. So I was taking my kids swimming, and I did like I just did a story outside, and I don't like to take pictures of my kids and put them on like Instagram and stuff. Like, but I just recorded, like, did a boomerang, the back of my kid's head, walking to swimming, and a swimming emoji. And then we were in like the swimming, like the viewing area where the parents are. The kids are in the swimming lessons and stuff. And the viewing area is like kind of small. Like there's probably like 10, 15 people in it. It's dead silent. And this guy just busts through the door, and he's like, "Tom," and he's pretty like no one's talking. And I was like, "You all right, mate?" He's like, "Oh, I just seen that you was here. I just seen it on Instagram." I was like, "Oh, right, sweet." I said, "Nice to meet you, mate." But everyone was listening. Everyone in the whole place was listening. "Nice to meet you, mate. Do you mind if we have a picture?" I was like, "Yeah, of course, no problem. I'll have a picture." Then he started asking me questions about like, but bearing in mind, you have to be aware that like the whole room's listening, so it kind of like no one else in the room knows me, so it kind of I feel a bit awkward. So he was like talking about MMA and stuff, and then he pulls up like a seat next to my seat, and we're watching kids swimming, and this is like a Saturday morning, and so we're watching the kids swimming. He's talking to me about MMA. Everyone else in the room's listening. The kids are swimming. My kid's like looking over, waving at me. I'm like, "Hi, son." And basically, he just kept talking for 20 minutes, and the lesson's only like 40 minutes. And I don't get to go that often to take my kids swimming. So I had to say to him, like, "Look, mate, I just want to watch my kids swim." Like, I didn't want to like ask him. I said, "Look, mate, I just want to watch my kids swim." And he's like, "Oh yeah, no worries. I do like to talk a lot." I was like, "Oh, thanks, mate." And then he just sat next to me and didn't leave for like 10 minutes. Oh man, it was so awkward. And then after like 10 minutes, I think he realised that I was kind of like politely asking him to leave. And then he just got up and left. And it was just like, oh man, this is awkward. Then another one recently. I won't go into too much detail because it did end badly. I was on a night out, and it not ended badly for me, just one of my friends like had to sort that situation out. But a guy was just walking, I was like on a night out and going to different bars and stuff, and a guy was just walking around just recording me the whole night on his own. Like I would be stood there drinking with friends, I'd be on the dance floor even messing about and all that, and there'd just be a guy stood next to me the whole time just recording me on his phone, literally for like 3 hours, following me from bar to bar. And then like we left and went to get a taxi, and he would just follow me down the street recording me, and that was very uncomfortable. So it didn't end the best, but nothing to do with me, that was to do with my friends and the guy. But yeah, just stuff like that just makes me like mad uncomfortable, man. Just,
yeah, did it ruin your night? Like, if you
yeah, man. Yeah, it ruined my night. It's difficult because like I asked him, "Please, will you go away?" And he's recording me, so there's only so like, obviously I want to tell him to fuck off, like please fuck off before I have to get physical with you, but he's recording me, like I can't get too. So yeah, luckily I had some good friends around who sorted that situation, but I won't go too much into detail about that. But
God, I bet that's well uncomfortable.
Oh mate, hard work. I don't go out that much, and when someone's just like literally just stood at the side of you recording you the whole night, I just didn't know what to do. Like, so weird.
I'm going to describe a setting for you, right? And so you sat in your hotel room, it's fight week, you're looking out the window at Canary Wharf, and you're processing the fact that you're headlining
Yeah.
UFC London. What do you put it down to? Obviously, I know you're here because of hard work, talent, dedication, but what about a divine power as such? Are you a spiritual man?
Yes, I don't know. But everyone's like, oh, I'm so spiritual. I'll wear the rock. I'll get a crystal. I'll get a crystal. I'll put a fucking string on it. I'll wear it on my neck and tell everyone I'm spiritual and do breathing exercises and shit. No, I'm not doing that. But I do believe that like everything happens for a reason, and I do believe in like timing and stuff. Like this is the third time that I was supposed to fight in London. Like the other two got cancelled, and like maybe this was just waiting out for me or something. Like I literally believe in stuff like that. This is my 5th UFC fight. The first 3 had literally no crowd. The 4th one had like a bit of a crowd. The 5th one is going to be like full capacity in the home country. Maybe then first 4 were just like, right, get used to it. You know, build up, get used to the media, get used to the cameras, get used to having all the superstars around you. And now it's like, right, this is your time now. Like, I feel like I've been gifted by like, I don't want to sound like I'm one of them rock wearing people, but maybe I've just been gifted by like some divine intervention or something. I don't know. That's just what I feel.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe down to the universe. You know?
I honestly believe in that shit, but I don't like to talk about it too much because you sound like one of them rock wearing people. I don't want to be like.